whether you like it or not, there's gonna come a time in your life when you have to wear a tie, possibly even a suit. So you might as well learn how to master this. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the most simple methods on how to match your ties and pocket squares to your shirt or suit. Let's go. Now when it comes to dressing up, we are going to be in some sort of dress shirt, dress pants, or a complete suit. Your colleagues and friends are also going to have the same ensemble as well, and if you've been watching this channel, then you have the upper hand because we all know what goes into making a great outfit, and that is fit. But what's really going to separate the men that know what they're doing from the inexperienced boys that are in their dad suits are the finishing touches. And what am I talking about here? I'm talking about your tie and pocket square. Fix myself up here real quick. And we're gonna start off from the most simple, foolproof method to a little more advanced, making this guy super easy to follow. And if you're watching this right now thinking that, hey, this is such a pointless video, I already know how to match my ties to my pocket square. I bought that sweet matching set at my local Macy's. Yeah, if I were you, I'll keep watching this video. Like, I get where you're coming from. It seems like an easier way to coordinate, you know, by pairing exact matching patterns. Being too matchy like that, it's like, I don't know, it's like equivalent to like wearing the exact same thing as your twin. There is no originality, there's nothing that sets you apart, no individuality. Not to mention the lack of effort that you put into that outfit, and everyone in the room is gonna know that you purchased a matching set. We can do better. Now, our good friends at the Dark Knot were kind enough to provide me with these beautiful handmade silk ties to showcase for you guys, and I'll go in more in detail about them later. But first, let's start this video. So, starting off with the easy and classic. Now, I'm gonna call this the foolproof method because it's impossible to mess this up. For the foolproof method, our first piece of clothing that we're gonna be working with is the white dress shirt. This right here, this is your blank canvas, and you are Michelangelo or whatever artist you want to be. No matter what color or pattern tie you pair this with, it is going to work, alright? It's impossible to mess this up. Like my good friend Bob Ross would say, we don't make mistakes.
We have happy accidents.
Now for the white pocket square, same thing applies. It will work with every jacket and tie combination, and just like the white dress shirt, you can never go wrong. Seems easy enough, right? Well, we're gonna step it up a notch and experiment with a different color other than white and go monochromatic. So here I went with a light blue shirt and added a darker variant with this navy tie. I also added a white pocket square with that navy edge just to bring out a little more pop to the outfit. A good general rule to follow is pair your shirt with a darker shade of color. And if you must look up the color palette, then by all means go for it. I'll show you another example. Here's another example. By looking at a color palette, I'm going to choose, light pink as my shirt and go darker with a red tie. The monochromatic method is another safe and easy way to look sharp, sophisticated, stylish, and it works well for every situation. Moving on to patterned shirts, ties, and pocket squares. Now this is where we have fun and go up a few notches. Now we're gonna start off simple here by working with only two patterns, and that is a tie and pocket square. Now a good general rule to follow, and I'm sure most of you have heard of it, is that you do not wanna match the exact same patterns. Now that is true to some extent, but what's also important is the size and proportion of the tie and pocket square. Let me show you an example. Alright guys, check it out. I have a different colored pocket square and tie. Now most people will think this combination works because it's a different pattern, but look at the proportions. Look at the spacing of each little dot and the spacing of each little pattern here. It's practically the same. So this could be a little too cluttery to the eye. So what I would do is I would change to something else like this. As you guys can see, notice that the spacing is much more wider. It gives it a much more, better contrast to each other. So that's why you should always look at the proportions as well. Let's try three patterns by adding a patterned shirt. So here I am wearing a light blue gingham shirt with a very small pattern. Now I'm gonna pair that with a navy tie that has a very wide pattern, giving this, a very good contrast. And notice how the floral print of the tie complements the color of the shirt as well. And for the pocket square, I'm going with a much larger floral print, and this is going to break each piece apart, but at the same time, complementing one another. Let's step it up another notch by adding 4 patterns, and I'm going to turn to the Dark Knot's advice for styling this tie right here. Boom, so here it is, guys. I followed their advice on how I should style their Berkshire abstract tie, and they give you a few options here. They recommended that I pair this tie with a solid or pinstripe light blue shirt, which I decided to do. And they also recommended a pink or white shirt, and as for the suit, they recommended a charcoal gray or navy blue pinstripe suit. Now, remember I said that, you know, a good general rule to follow is to like not pair the exact same matching patterns, and it can be true to some extent, but you can pair the exact same patterns, but you have to keep in mind the proportions and size of them. So here I am, starting off with the shirt. I went with this light blue striped shirt. As you guys can see, it is somewhat a little bit thicker and they are very close to each other. The lines are very close to each other. Now to break that apart, I decided to throw on this, you know, Berkshire tie by the Dark Knot. So you guys can see the spacing between the patterns are much more wider than the, you know, stripes in the shirt, and also the floral pattern actually, you know, complements the color of the shirt. Now for the suit jacket, I decided to go with pinstripe again, but as you guys can see that the pattern is much more thinner and more spaced out than the striped blue shirt. And of course I had to finish it off with a nice pocket square, pairing it with this polka dot, you know, pattern that also has a nice, you know, contrasting edge, you know, with the blue matching the suit and tie, and also the light pink, which contrasts as well with the burgundy in the tie as well. And also the polka dots, you know, it's a little bit more, I guess I would say a little bit more crowded, so it's not as spaced out as a tie. So each piece that I just styled together, shirt, tie, you know, blazer, and pocket square, each of these things are contrasting very well, but at the same time complement one another. This is awesome. It's like having your own personal stylist, and this is why I decided to collab with the Dark Knot. The Dark Knot, you know, they're offering more than just quality ties, but you know, they're actually putting much more effort than any tie company that I know of. You know, it's not your typical, you know, polyester tie that's hanging off a tie rack in a department store, or that comes in just a cheap plastic bag. They went all out with the presentation, guys. I was just blown away by the packaging, and what makes them unique is they offer you ways how to style, you know, each accessory that you purchase. If you're interested in checking out any other accessories or the ties that I showcased in this video, make sure you head to thedarkknot.com. They were cool enough to also provide me a 20% off, you know, coupon to pass on to you guys. So definitely worth checking out in my opinion. So make sure to use the code AS20 to get 20% off your order. But anyways, guys, that wraps up today's video. Thank you guys for watching once again. And if you got something out of it and it was helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And a huge thank you to everyone at the Dark Knot. Rishi, Alyssa, thank you so much for reaching out. Truly do appreciate it. It's an honor to really do this collab with you guys. And yeah, guys, see you guys next video. Peace.